Keryn. I love how many of us are on. So beautiful to see you all. So lovely to have you all with us tonight. So tonight I'm so proud of this amazing woman who's got Partner of the Month for March. I don't know what it is about Keryn, but when she's on a mission, when she's got a goal, she's on fire and nothing stops her. And I'm just so bloody proud of her right now. I'm going to just spotlight your screen, Keryn, because I'm going to be asking you some questions. Oh, your internet's not too good either, honey. Can everyone see Keryn okay? Just kind of give me the thumbs up if you can see her. Hi, Nikki. Cool. Okay. So, Keryn, are you unmuted, honey?
Yes.
Right. So this beautiful woman, she worked so hard and hustled with absolute heart to try and get herself qualified, and she so would have done that if it wasn't for the VO ticking over at the most inappropriate time just before she put in her last 3 orders. So I'm so bloody proud of how much heart and hustle and just sheer determination and commitment that she had to really not just supporting herself but also supporting all the people around her. So, you know, I just want really Keryn to share a little bit about how she got it, you know, but I think the most important thing, first of all, is I think it's really important for a lot of the new team to really hear a little bit around where Keryn has come from. I know for you guys that have been around forever, like Tammy and Max and Priska and Monty, and, you know, you would have heard her story before, but I'm really, really wanting her to share it a little bit again, because for anyone who's new here, when you first come on, sometimes life doesn't go, or the business doesn't go quite as quickly as what you'd like it to be. So, Keryn, would you mind sharing a little bit about when you first started, why you jumped in, and what, you know, to this point, what's kind of been, because I know it's been a go slow for you, so what is it that what did you go through during that period?
What did I not go through?
Now? Yeah, well, yes, please. You've got just like, yeah.
Okay, so, oh yeah, I'll apologize in advance if this gets all muddled, because I'm probably going to speak from my heart and I won't remember what I say. So yeah, I'm Keryn. I've been in the business maybe 16 months now. I honestly haven't kept track of it. And I am a slow roller in the sense of the business aspect of it. I got into it through Tanya, obviously. I came in via one of the Better Body Challenges in October. Previous history is typical 9 to 5, did a lot of traveling with my work. I've just come home. I've only been home 3 years from being overseas for like 25 years. And during that time, lost a marriage, lost a child. So I had come home completely devoid of life. And for me, I think the biggest push start at the time that I jumped on board was the sense of community and the sense of support, and that I want some of that stuff. I want what they're all taking and having, and because obviously I wanted joy back in my life. So did that. Big old skeptic. I was pushed. No, I did. WTF, I have nothing to lose. So for me, again, like Tanya said, it's been a really slow roll. So because it was new, because my self-esteem and life force was basically in the toilet, it's taken me a long journey, but a good one, to get where I am today, in the sense of heaps and heaps of personal development, both large and small. And obviously we all know when we get on that path and that journey, it's not an easy one at the best of times, but you've all made a choice to be here, and that choice is the first choice of putting yourself first and wanting to achieve what you want to achieve. Be it big, be it small, you are where you are. And the main thing is that you're here and you're with us and you're surrounded by team members near and far. We go globally, that are there to support you and reach out for help. So having said that, had a few setbacks. I have had, I'm not sure about anybody else, but when I signed up for the business, I had all these lovely dreams. Everybody's going to sign up and do this and do that, especially my family. Well, big old, because none of them wanted to be involved with it. And that's okay. I have learned on this 15-month journey so far, it isn't about me, it's about the people that are out there. And there will be people that just, it's not their thing, and that's okay. But it's a really good, for me, it's a motivating factor. The proof is in the pudding with the success that you have. No matter how long your journey or short your journey is. So I have, March seemed to light a fire under my ass, and I had sort of needed to transition. But before then, like probably many that have signed up before, I sort of thought, oh yeah, cool, this is it. Even though I was a skeptic, I'd get in, I'd do the mahi, I would do whatever and reap the rewards. Be patient, guys, because it's in the long game, it's not in the short game. And I think that's one of my biggest takeaways, is that, number one, don't compare yourself to your other team members. Definitely don't listen to all the naysayers, and naysayers might be the ones that you love and care about the most, but your journey is your journey. You are the one who's walking it. You are the only one who's living your life and making the choices that you want to make. Nobody else is paying your bills. Nobody else is feeling what you're feeling. So step in. It's scary as all get out, but that's part of the process, I think. Let me know if I'm rambling, Tanya. So yeah, it's I'm rounding the corner from a personal development standpoint at this point in time in my life. I'm releasing a shit ton of thought processes, behavior patterns that have stood me really well in my past, but they no longer apply to who I am today. And I believe that's from the changes and the evolution that I've had in the short 15 months. It's from going to the trainings. It's just tuning up. Some days you're sort of listening and thinking, oh yeah, okay. It doesn't feel like it's registering or going in, but it does. So just keep on keeping on, and just take it one moment at a time. And it's your time. It's nobody else's, to keep moving forward. Does that sort of say that?
That's brilliant, Keryn, and you can just keep on waffling, because I love your waffle. And I know you said you're sorry if you're waffling on, but it's perfect. I love what you're sharing. It's absolute gold. And, you know, because I had a completely different journey from you, and so what I share is going to relate to different people, and what you share is going to relate to people who are having a similar journey to you. So it's all absolutely relevant, and I love what you're sharing. So if you want to tell us about what is it, and the other thing I want to say is I can see there's some little things going up in the chat. So if anyone's got any questions along the way that you want to ask Keryn, just please pop them in the chat, and I can read them out to her later. We can go through those questions, because I don't want you guys to miss out on, you know, if there's any gold that you want from her, because this woman is amazing. She's certainly learnt along the way what works and what doesn't work, right, Keryn? So I guess what I want to ask you, honey, is what would have been the biggest learning for you out of this slow process? Because I know for you, comparison was massive, and frustration was a big part of it as well, right?
Oh, yes. I've always tended to be one to get out the gate really fast and haul ass and do what I need to do. With this business, I've learnt to pace myself, and it's very much, as I've said in the trainings that I've gone to, it's not about me per se as far as our customers and our clients and stuff. It's about them. So I think the biggest thing I've learned so far is belief in myself, belief in actually being able to do this, and to know that it's okay not to have the answers to everything. And that's kind of huge for me, because I always think I have to know everything, but you don't. And there are a ton of, it's okay to ask for help. It's asking for that is a strength. It's not a weakness. And that's the biggest one. I've learned so much, but it really depends on the day and where we're at and what we're feeling, because we're not just about the business. We're all mums, we're all sisters, partners, and all the rest of it. So all that is also part of our spheres and where we go, and that has to be sort of taken into consideration. Just know that you should touch your business each day. Doesn't have to be all day, every day, but to put something in there that tells your story is huge. And it's about, I think, being brave, being vulnerable is huge, because the connectivity, the heart-centeredness and the connectivity is what gets your tribe coming to you. And to know that everybody's different. Yes, we are in the same business. Yes, we want to have heart-centeredness and connectivity. Yes, we want to help people, but all of us have different qualities, different nuances that are going to attract literally our own little vibe tribe. And that's okay. And sometimes it takes a while for those people to come in, because I'm still finding me, and I'm still finding my tribe and who resonates with me more. And I'm really nervous, sorry, with doing this.
It's great. You're doing fantastic, honey. You're doing great. And I just want to say I totally 100% agree with you about being yourself, because when you are yourself, you will attract who are the same as you. You will attract your own tribe to you. So it's absolutely 100% correct. I love that you've said that, Keryn. So I don't know if you've been looking at the comments that are coming up at all, Keryn, but Sarah says, can relate to the PD training, not the same person anymore. It's so true. Dom, great sharing, Keryn. It's really nice to hear your story. Janet, beautifully explained, Keryn. Thank you. I feel inspired by your words. Love it. I love your little note there, Max. It's cute. Gail, I agree with the non-comparison. Got to be true to yourself and take the time you need, but massive amount of support from all the team. Janet, vibe, tribe, love it. Yes, true. And Sarah, nerves are real. Maxine, love you, sassy pants. We all love you, sassy pants. So I think one of the reasons why, and like the big,
did the Google thing, did everything else, kept sending it to me, and it's like, oh, but that stubbornness kicked in and said, right, look, I'm done. This is what I'm doing. If you don't like it, that's fine. I can defriend you or do whatever. And when you sort of stand your ground and start and believe in you, it's amazing what happens. People back down when they're being ugly. And he said, okay, I'm not going to ask you again. And I just know that I can't talk to him about it. But the proof will be in when I get up to NMD and I can say, how do you like me now? I
love that.
I so want to say that to a lot of people. How do you like me now? Plus, doing the hustle this last, I can't even remember what day it is, Wednesday. I reached out to 4 or 5 girlfriends that I know that have expressed interest in it, and I've got crickets. So, that's the other thing. Please don't take anything personally. It is seriously not about you. Mm-hmm. It is definitely about them, and that one's a real key one to remember. because we all want to be liked. We all seem to take on everybody else's stuff, and that's one of the biggest takeaways. Somebody else's stuff is their stuff. It ain't your job to deal with it, work with it, and just put on your armor and let that stuff bounce off of you. People definitely watch you, including your friends. They'll watch. They don't say anything, but just know that they are out there watching, and when the time is right for them to come and join you, they will.
Love
In the
that,
meantime,
Keryn.
yeah.
Love that. Love that, Keryn. Sorry, guys, I got kicked off. I love the way you've just taken it, Keryn. You're amazing. Rock and roll. Okay, I'm just going to keep on talking. You go. So sorry, I don't know where I stopped talking, but Keryn, I guess I really wanted to ask, because the biggest reason why she got Partner of the Month this month was because of her consistency around being in the game all the time. So having the vision, being completely focused and knowing that this is what she wanted, but it was also around, and not giving up on that, but it was also around how much heart she put into everything. So, obviously the last 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, she was totally in hustle mode, but she actually completely got out of her way, because one of the biggest things with Keryn has been a fear, right, Keryn? Agree?
Oh, yeah. Big old wall.
Yeah. What do people think of me? What if I do this and step out of my comfort zone? What are people going to think of me? And it was all around inviting, right? Inviting people to have a look at the products, inviting people to have a look at the business. And so what she did in the last 2 days, I have never seen her do in the whole 15 months she's been in the business. It's just blown me away. She's just reached out completely out of her comfort zone and invited people who, like, she talked about her family earlier and how none of them supported her. She invited just about her entire family. Please, will you be my customer? I really think this would help you. And she did it. And I just want to say, Keryn, please tell everybody, what did you do?
Oh, well, the biggest fear of all for me personally is, worrying about what other people think and all the rest of it. But in the end, I said to Tanya, sorry, I'm going to swear now, so if that offends anybody, I'm sorry. I said, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. I got my auntie, I got my uncle. Hell, I'm going to ask my 97-year-old grandmother. What the heck? So, yeah, when they say, so I actually pulled rank, to be honest. These are the ones that you sort of, whatever. So I said, right, I'm going to do it. So I did. I think for my generation, because I'm a little bit more vintage, the telephone call is a really good way to connect with people, for me at least. Number one, they can't avoid you. Number two, they actually have to talk to you. And number three, you start reeling them in, because it's like, I'm your niece. Come on, just do it. So the one-time customer deal with your family, I'm here to tell you, works really well. So the goal was to get them on, and then, of course, once they're on it, they see the benefits themselves. You're there doing your customer care and follow up, and you just take it from there. So my uncle's on it. My auntie couldn't afford the bigger order, but she said she could, she's going to be on the berries. And my grandmother, who I never thought would do it, said, sure, I'll here to look after you. I had a conversation with her today. She did say, oh, I'm a bit nervous about these, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, that's okay. If you don't want them, that's fine. We can always give them away. She said, oh, no, I really must try them before I do that. So it truly is just connecting to people in the best way that you know how. And I am extremely thankful that they did agree to it, because yes, they have helped me get over the line. If I could stop time, I wish I could, because I would have got the other 3 orders in, but hey, it is what it is. And I'm really grateful for that. I was able to get through it. I kicked myself up the ass and said, come on. And it's interesting, once you get over that hurdle, the POM, take the leap of faith, whatever you want to call it, it's just like you just keep going. when you start focusing on that, and coming from the, hey, who needs this, and just genuinely doing it, works like a champ. Works like a champ.
I love that. Absolutely true. It is so true, because then you realize that actually what's scary about this after all, because at the end of the day, you're helping someone, right? You're actually giving them a gift of health. So, and they're saying yes to you. I mean, they could easily say no, but if they say yes to you, it makes you feel like, oh, okay, they either really want to support you right now, or they're really wanting to support their health as well. So I think there's obviously both there. So Keryn, I just want to ask you, what is it that was your driving force?
Oh.
I mean, I know you wanted to qualify, but was there something else that was pushing you?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know what happened. The switch got flipped and I'm like, okay, we'll just do this. I mean, it's been a tough week because I have a day job. I work full time on the day job. I've got a bunch of stuff going on with that. I'm the caregiver or whatever for my gran. I don't know. It's a mindset thing. It's like, right, we've got this. I saw Celine's like, oh, you've got 24 hours or whatever. I mean, poor old Tanya had to put up with me going, how many more points do I need now? I don't know. What's the number? Trying to pull out calculators while I'm busy trying to get something else done for the day job and on the phone with Westpac because my gran can't. But anyway, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's March Madness.
Yeah. I think and that it's my job description, honey. It's totally my job, so it's all good. I actually loved every minute of it. And one thing I want to say to you while Keryn has brought that up, for any of you who are new or any of you who have been here for a long time, don't ever feel like you're bugging your upline, because I tell you, the thing that your upline loves the most is you bugging them. Because it means that you really want to learn and you really are willing to step out of your way to actually do anything that you want to grow and to make your business work. And so that's what we're here for. We're here as your mentors, and we're going to say, yes, absolutely, I'm here for you. We might not be available in this precise moment, but we will definitely come back to you as soon as we are available. So don't ever feel like you're bugging your upline and say, my poor upline, she had to put up with all this. No, it's part of what we do and we love doing it. And I can speak for all the uplines in here and say every single upline in here is really happy to be bugged.
Even when they're competing with a dinner competition. Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, I was competing with my son. We were cooking for our competition, so at the time, but it was fine because I can multitask. I'm a woman, right? We can do anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I think and for you personally, Keryn, I think that it's when you set your mind to do something, you do it whatever it takes, right? That's just who you are. You're going to bloody do it whatever. And I think that's a really good thing for anyone on here to get, that don't ever give up, because giving up is just it's honestly not an option, because there is always a way. Every time you think, oh, it's too hard, I can't do this, look, you've always got support around you. You've always got your upline there. You've always got your sideline buddies there. So there is always a way to do something. So if you want something that bad, don't ever give up, because honestly, you're talking to, the two queens of goal setting here and never giving up. So I'm someone who totally 100% believes in that too. And where there's a will, there is a way. So I think, and the other thing, Keryn, is I want to ask you is, do you have something? Do you have affirmations? Do you have a mantra? Do you have a ritual? Is there something that keeps you, because you talked about gratitude, and I think gratitude is so important. Is there something that you use every day around that keeps you in line or keeps you in gratitude all the time?
My little book.
Oh, your little book. I've seen that book before.
I know. I got it at one of your things. Yeah, so if you are new to this and you're new to affirmations or having quote unquote rituals or routines and stuff, I highly recommend that you find work on your affirmations, and there are some trainings in here somewhere. Maybe because we got so many new team, Tanya, that we could maybe put that on our list of things to circle back to and do a training on. But for me, yes, every morning I wake up and I'm a very avid Louise Hay fan, and she has I have a book that's got notes in it and everything else. I learnt about her many moons ago. But affirmations are key, and I do them in the mirror. She also has a mirror book affirmation thing as well. But I have specific affirmations that are working on for me. I think it's a really awesome reminder every day in the morning to kick off my day. It pumps you up. I also have a little dancey routine thing that gets everything going that I do. I meditate. I've had to switch my hours to get up earlier to incorporate all of this, but it pays off. I think I've been doing that steadily. You have to do it consistently and steadily. Doesn't have to be a lot, but just start if you find it overwhelming, because it does make a difference. Probably 3 months in, we're starting that on for myself full-time, doing what I need to do. And I also close out each day. I got this one from Gail when she recommended it. I close out each day with gratitude, and I go through my day and figure out or pick one really good thing that is important. It doesn't have to be big or small. Maybe you stopped and smelled the roses, or had a cuddle with your child, or took the dog for a walk, or just saw a really beautiful sunset. But just reflect on that and be really grateful for it, because it's an amazing way to close out your day. And just be open. I'm a book geek, so I love all the self-help things. The 5-second rule's been huge for me, because that's been a motivating factor in learning that one. The big leap. So I have multiple things. Now, they don't happen. The main thing is the affirmation and the meditation. Sometimes I can be flighty. But yeah, you'll notice in life things that ebb and flow. They work, but the one consistent is the affirmations, and they do make a difference.
I love this. I really do love this, Kerry, because this is a part of my life too, is my affirmations. And, you know, I was someone who was like, oh, it's okay, I don't need affirmations. As long as I'm feeling grateful every day, then I don't actually need them. But do you know what? They have made such a massive difference in my life, and I know they have in yours too, Keryn, eh? So, you know,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, considering what's happened for Keryn, so I just want to share this, Keryn. So Keryn went from just having a small number of customers and no team after, 15 months in the business, honey, to having 2 new team and 9 new customers, just like that. And that was just in the space of 10 days? Was it 10 days that happened? It was about 10 days, wasn't it? And yes, it had a lot to do with her hard work, but it also had a lot to do with her mindset and, you know, this ritual that we have, so, you know, that she has around feeling grateful. So, you know, do you want to talk about that more? And because, you know, there was more in it in your life as well, so there was more abundance than just in this business, right? Do you want to share that too, honey? How that's impacted your life?
Sure. I mean, it's just, we did, I think, late last year, one of our teamies from Aussie, she did some NLP training, and we wrote a letter to ourselves for this coming year about what we wanted and dreaming big and things like that. And one of them was to buy a house. So I bought a house last week. I can't move into it, but I bought a house, and that's part of the deal. And it's also because of the affirmations that I've been doing, and me walking through fear, because I didn't want to go to the bank because they weren't going to give me any money, blah, blah, blah. So huge money story. We all have them. You have to dig a little deep sometime, but work on those, because that's part of parcel. Everything is integrated in life. It's, you know, it's all integrated, and our mindsets are huge. and I can't remember what you just asked me to say, Tanya. Sorry.
Oh, just sharing. Well, you've just shared it, honey. Just about about the full big picture around bringing gratitude into your life as a daily practice and how it's impacted on your life. Yeah, you've just shared that.
And even daily, you get frustrated. I go to work. I'm dealing with people that sometimes don't have brains, so I ruck off into the bathroom and I stand in front of that freaking mirror. Of course nobody's in there, because then I think that I'd be really loony, but yeah, I just do all my affirmations all over again. And Tanya's shared with us a really, really cool 2-minute deep breathing exercise that has saved me a couple of times, if not more, as far as just recentering and regathering yourself. I know we all get crazy busy, but it's really key that we give it a go, because that pause actually allows your mind to shift, allows you to shift up into your high vibing place. And the high vibe is what's going to attract all the abundance. It's going to attract the people that you need. It makes you feel better as a person. So yeah, it's an evolutionary thing. I've come a lot. If I stop and look back, I've come a long way in 15 months. And it's not, sometimes you just got to have a pause and say, hey, I've actually come a long way, and pat yourself on the back. I'm notoriously bad for going, oh yeah, cool, we're done, see ya, I'm moving forward to the next one. So just have those pauses, and it truly is all about you and where you want to go and what you want to achieve. And we're all on this ride together, supporting one another.
I love too what you say about that, appreciating yourself and celebrating yourself and the small things. Definitely appreciate the small things, and congratulate yourself for every little thing that you do, every little thing. And it's true, Keryn is notoriously bad for that, but she is no longer. She has learnt to celebrate every little thing, right, Keryn?
Oh yeah, I do the happy dance. Yeah. I did the Enzo dance last night, regardless of whether I got over that finish line, that one, or not. I was like, yeah, I'm in.
What were you celebrating last night, whether you got over or not? What was it you were celebrating?
I was celebrating me. I was celebrating picking up the phone. I was celebrating, going, hey, let me put the hard yards on my peoples. And so I did.
And asking them, inviting them.
Yeah. Inviting them in, and they said sure, without even thinking twice, which was really weird, but okay, I'll take it.
So isn't it funny when we tell ourselves stories? We tell ourselves, oh, this person can't do it because they haven't got enough money, or this person will say no because, and we just make up these stories in our head around what we think people are going to say and how people are going to react and what they're going to do. And 9 times out of 10, in fact, 95% out of 100, 99% out of 100, it's bullshit. And they say absolute opposite, right? And Keryn has learned that, right?
Oh yeah. Well, sometimes I have to learn things a hard way. Yeah. So lesson learned. Thank you very much, and we'll just keep on trucking. But yeah, I think just to circle back, don't feel overwhelmed. Okay, I guess that was a big thing for me when I started as well. Like Tanya said, we tell ourselves stories. Really important just to pause and go and ask yourself, hey, what am I doing? Why am I saying this to myself? Because that old, woolly mammoth, saber-toothed tiger apparently is still chasing us in our Neanderthal head. But guess what? You've got the sword. Do what you got to do. And they became extinct many, many, many decades ago. So,
they sure did. They sure did, honey. So has anybody got any questions for Keryn? I'm just going to read what people are saying. I don't know if you're reading all this, but yeah, I think, Sarah, I think we would all grab you by the ear if you quit, lol. That's so true, Sarah. Don't you worry, I'll have her by the ear first, and then you can have her by the ear. And then Maxine saying, Keryn, I've wanted to quit, but I didn't come this far, only to come this far, lol. It's so true, Max. Yep. It's so true. And, I've heard stories lately of people kind of walking away from something where they've been, at leadership positions. And, you know, and I had a conversation with Kat today, and I was like, why would somebody build an NMD business and then walk away from it? And, you know, it's amazing what fear will do to somebody. So if you allow fear to take over and lead, then you will make some really crazy decisions in your life. So when you come from a heart place, you come from a place of purpose, a place of soul, a place of heart and compassion, then you are doing the right thing, and you will never walk away from something that you 100% believe in. So, yeah, I think that's so true. And Gail, oh yeah, know that fear, gonna beat it too. Good on you, Gail. You've got this. And Jasmine, maybe you just got out of your own way. She sure bloody did. Amen to that one.
Thanks, Jasmine. It's all right through me.
Yeah. And Sarah, giving up is the easy way out. That is so true, honey. You talk too from like a pro. Maxine, yes, Tanya is an upline. I love being bugged. 100% means my team are learning and growing. Yes, absolutely true. Me too. Sorry, Karina, I don't know what the me too was for, honey, but
Louise Hay.
Louise Hay, was it? Oh, affirmations, yeah. Right, yes. They're amazing, aren't they? They're amazing.
I love them.
And Gail, beautiful share, Keryn, some great words and wisdom, thank you. And Emma, beautiful share, I love you all. It's not the easiest journey, it's all within us. Follow your heart and not your head. So love this, Emma.
Oh, there you go, Emma. Awesomeness,
true,
absolutely.
Honey. So true, we've got to follow our heart. So if anyone's got any questions for Keryn, please, you know, you can come off mute if you would rather, if it's too hard to type into the chat. Just unmute yourself and start talking, because I can't see you all at this point. But while you're deciding if you want to ask me any questions, I'm just going to say thank you so much, Keryn. You are fucking amazing. And by the way, we can swear because there's hopefully no children present. I hope my daughter isn't around, Karina. Sorry. She's laughing. It's all good. Yeah, you are, and I'm just in awe of how much you've grown, honey, and how much you're willing now to really step into your true self, because this is truly you. And I know you laughed at me when I left that voice message today to you around you and I on stage, you saying your NMD speech, and honestly me crying buckets of tears, because that is so going to be you. And you might laugh about it now, but honestly, girl, you're going to look back on that one day and go, shit, that conversation was actually became a reality. So,
oh, I laughed, but you better believe I'll be on that stage wearing the bloody Louis Vuittons. Thank you. Red bottom sole 5-foot high shoes.
I know you
No,
will.
yeah, no, I will. I'll get there.
It is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. It honestly is. This is just the beginning. And, you know, sometimes, and I love what Keryn shared around the journey and self-development, if, you know, you get to places in your life where you feel like, shit, you know, why is nothing working for me? Because the universe puts these obstacles in your path for you to actually grow, because whatever it is that you want, you're not in alignment yet to have what it is you want. So you have to grow first to get to that place. And so if that means that your business has to halt for a bit and you just have to focus on you and grow, then you just do that. You just focus on you and grow, because there's no way that you can push something that is in your way if it's not ready to go. If you have to grow internally first before you can get there. So just, and I guess that's the biggest thing for you, Keryn, wasn't it? It was
Keryn.
Getting out of your frustration and going, shit, I'm so frustrated about this. Why am I not growing? Why am I not successful when I'm putting all this hard work in? It's because you had to grow first, right?
Well, in reality, I am successful. You know, I'm walking the journey. Every pothole I've hit, I have climbed out of. Wiser, more knowledgeable, more able to connect to other people because of what I've gone through. I think our life stories in general, where we've come from, where we're going to, that all helps us to connect to people. So yeah, our timing is our timing. I can't say that enough. We have our own journey, we walk our own path, and it's timing is what it is. But I'm grateful for it. I wouldn't change anything that's happened in my life. Any life lesson learned, any heartbreaking stuff, I wouldn't change it. because it's made me who I am today, and I'm stronger, more empowered. I have more to offer people because of it.
Yeah.
We all do.
Absolutely. So true. So true. I love that. Well, I've just got here from Sarah, no questions, but shit, I'm so proud of you, hun. Shit can definitely relate to that comment. I love that you're swearing so much, Sarah, just by the way.
Thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate it. It's just my little part of the segment, my sphere.
Well, it's amazing. You're awesome, girl, and you really deserve to celebrate where you are at now. You know, because you are a success. Absolutely, I 100% agree. So I'm just sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
Anything else you want to share? That's all I was going to ask you. Anything else you'd like to share?
Just be yourselves. That's it. Just be your amazing, beautiful, light-driven, rock and roll, superstar, alter ego selves. Just do it. You know, coin Nike. Just do it.
Great. I hope you're not being paid by Nike for that comment.
No, I wish I was. I make more money.
Yeah, I know you would, right?
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to say goodbye to this beautiful face, and I'm going to put my face on now. Thank you so much, beautiful. We all love you.
Love you all more.
Everyone's going to love on you now. Amazing. Okay, so I just want to add to a couple of things that Keryn has talked about. You know, two things. I'm just going to write them down so I don't forget. Hang on. One is yes. Okay. So one of the things I just wanted to talk about was, you know, gratitude. Gratitude is so incredibly important, and, you know, something that we often forget about doing. And, you know, I know it's really impacted on Keryn's life. It's also massively impacted on my life. So for the entire month of February, I really focused on changing my, you know, gratitude's always been a big part of my life, but I haven't made it a practice. I haven't made it a daily practice. And so from all through month of February and right through the month of March, I really made gratitude a massive part of my practice, but also affirmations. So, you know, I've always been one that said, oh, yes, I love Louise Hay and she's great and all that. And I think affirmations are okay, but they don't work for me, you know, and it's bullshit, because I just didn't realize the power of affirmations. There is so much power in them, because the more we say them, the more our brain starts believing it. So it's actually like retraining our brain to believe something, that what we want as our current reality is our current reality. So, you know, our life might not be the way that we want it, but if we have an affirmation that says, this is how I want my life and this is how my life is, your brain really does start to believe it, and it really is true. So I had two affirmations that I say every day. One in particular that I say on a regular basis every day, and it's around abundance and bringing money into my life. And I tell you what, for the whole month of March, we have had an incredibly abundant month. So yeah, besides the fact that, you know, Pete's income has gone down because of, you know, being in lockdown and things, we've still got money coming in. And, you know, look at what's happened this month. I mean, we went from 17 customers in our team to 74. I mean, when does that ever happen? That is a miracle. And that's because when you set yourself up to be in, I love your success stance, Keryn, when you set yourself up to be in a really grateful state and in a space where you are absolutely expecting to have your life the way that you're affirming your life to be all the time, then what does your brain think? Oh, well, this is the way my current reality is. And of course, the universe reflects that, because you're putting that out there. The universe is going to give you exactly what you're asking for. So it is so incredibly powerful. If you change nothing today, just bring a really powerful positive affirmation into your daily life every day. So I'm going to really challenge you guys to do that. Go away with that tonight. Come up with a positive affirmation in an area in your life that you really want to change, that you really want to grow. It might be financial, it might be health, it might be career, it might be relationships. it might be personal growth, whatever it is. Think about an area in your life that you really want to change. Think about the negative aspect of it. What is it? How is it turning up in your life? And how do you flip it on its head? How do you want it to turn up in your life? And then put an affirmation around that and go away with that, because that is so powerful. And start saying it. Write it down. So what I do is I write mine down. I've got it written down on my desk. So I see it every morning when I come down. I see it. It's right there beside me. Every time I look at it, I say it. I believe it. Put it up everywhere in your house, on your bedroom mirror, on your fridge, in your car. You know, put it in your pocket when you go for a walk and you have to pull it out. Oh, well, that's right. That's what this is. And you say it, you know. So if anybody needs any help with that, then, you know, just kind of put it in the chat, and I'm sure, you know, there'll be lots of team here that will be happy to help you with that. I'm just going to go through your things. Nikki, can so relate to lots of what you're saying. You're so amazing, girl. Feeling very inspired. Thanks so much for your beautiful share. That's for you, Keryn. I know that's for you. Thank you all for the love, beautiful peeps. Happy to share, help assist these potholes for peeps to have to navigate. Yes, that's true. Although we do all have our own journeys, don't we? Karina, affirmations saved me from suicide years ago. Love, Louise. Hey, that is so good, Karina. So good, honey. Can you share any of your really most significant? Would you be happy to share your significant affirmations? Maybe just put them in the chat for anyone that's really helped them, because I know that could be really, really helpful for some people. Janet, wow, that's amazing, Karina, isn't it? I know, it's bloody amazing. Karina, you go, girl. Louise, hey, wonders for me, also got me through losing my baby boy and then my marriage. I know, they're amazing. And here was me thinking, oh, it's nothing, it's okay for everyone else and not for me. Okay, so the other thing that I really wanted to share is, so, you know, if anyone wants some help with how do I say an affirmation, or can someone help me with, you know, this is my thing, you know, come off chat, if you know, come off mute and just say it if you want to, or pop it in the chat, we can help you. Another thing that I really wanted to share, and this is something that Maxine's actually talked to me about too, honey. I was going to do a live into Soul Tribe, but I thought I'll just share it on here tonight. We know, and Keryn talked about this tonight, so I thought it was really relative. You know, how Keryn has spent a lot of her time in this business growing, so in that growth phase. So something that we need to really remember is we all have, our lives go like this, right? It's not like this, right? It's not like this at all. It's totally normal. It's like waves. So if we think about women, I mean, all of us are women on here right now. If we think about women, our moods come in and out like the sea, right? You know, we go with the moon. Well, it's exactly the same. Moods are exactly the same for every person. We're up and down. Life goes like that as well. It's not just our moods, but it's also our life, right? And that's just the way life is. So as our life, and we need these peaks and troughs, because it's a really important time for us in these troughs to actually self-reflect, to take time out, to reflect on what has worked for us, what is not working, what do we need to change in this moment, how do we need to grow so that we prepare ourselves for the next step. And then as we come out of that, we can actually, we're ready, we feel ready and prepared, and we can go up and we get to the next peak and it feels really, really good and we're on a really high, but then we do have to come back down. It's just like a pendulum swinging. There's always an up, there's always a down, there's always an up, there's always a down. It's just the way life goes. It's the same with this business. This is exactly the same. So in those times where we feel like we are feeling challenged, one of the words that we don't use is we don't use stuck, because stuck means we're not going anywhere, we're not growing, we're not going to learn anything. So even if you feel stuck, avoid using that and change it to challenged, because when we use the word challenged, it means that we're always going to look for a solution. So at times when we feel challenged in something, we are always going to be able to find the solution. So that time that we're feeling down, challenged in our business, and we feel like, oh, things aren't really growing, I'm not really moving, I'm not getting the success that I was really wanting to achieve, go with it. Allow it to go and go, okay, give me, for any of you who aren't spiritual in here, I'm really sorry, I'm quite spiritual, so I hope I don't freak any of you out. But I always ask my guides, I ask for support. I'm like, okay, give me the guidance. What do I need to do right now to really support myself to grow so that I can achieve what it is I need to achieve? And, you know, just be in the now and be in the present and stay in gratefulness. I mean, we talked about it. Remember to say your affirmations all the time, because I tell you what, those times that you are down will be a lot less and a lot less traumatic when we stay in gratefulness. Because as we stay, and this may be weird, I'm just going to draw something. This may feel weird to you. The peaks and troughs can often look like this. So when we're not aligned, peaks and troughs can look like this. In fact, often peaks, the troughs can be less than the peaks. So there can be more troughs than there are peaks. When we stay in gratitude, when we're down here in these places, it actually becomes more like this, right? So it's not so bad. So when you have difficult times in your life, I don't know, maybe, okay, I'll take my example. My dad passed away. My dad passed away. It was an absolutely horrible, awful time. But I stayed in gratitude for the fact that I had him in my life, that he was my dad, that I learned so much from him, that I got so much love and support from him. And even when he passed over, he supported me so much in my business. And so what that did for me is that kept me here rather than down here. Right, so you've got that, you're still staying in alignment, even though shit is happening to you, life is giving you, you know, some really awful curveballs. It's just how life works. But the more grateful we are, and the more able we are to understand that, you know, life is going to throw us this rubbish. It's what life is all about. But if we can stay in that, aligned in that space, we're going to be able to pull ourselves through it a lot better, a lot easier, a lot quicker. And it's not going to feel quite so bad. So yeah, I'm just going to read your, okay, so you've shared, mine were all around self-love, anorexia, depression, issues from childhood abuse and feeling safe. I'll find the affirmations and share them. Thank you so much, Karina. You don't have to if you don't want to, honey. They're probably quite personal. So you can just share, if you want to just share the ones that are okay for you to share. Thank you so much for that. Maxine, affirmation, I am expanding in love, success and abundance every day, and I am inspiring others to do the same. I love that, Max. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. From the Big Leap. Oh, is it? Okay, I haven't written that one down from the Big Leap. This COVID-19 debacle to me is a great time to be doing the mahi, taking life in, appreciating what we have and figuring out where we want to go in a new world, evolving. Absolutely true. And I was just talking about this on my live in my group just before I jumped on here, is that, you know, a huge part of what we're going through at the moment is that trough. It's like a massive self-reflection for every single person on this planet, but for the whole planet in unity, you know, the whole lot of us, because what was going to come as we come out of this, we're going to be completely change society. We're going to be starting to do things a completely different way, because things need to change. Life cannot go forward on those old structures. We cannot care for each other, care for ourselves or care for our planet with the way we were before. So I totally agree with that, Keryn. Feel the same, actually really enjoying the downtime. Yeah, okay, Janet. Feeling so inspired to be with you all today. Big hugs, Karina. Oh, thank you, Janet. We love having you, honey. It's been so long. I did the same with my son passing. Grateful to have been pregnant, grateful to have been given birth, and grateful that he died in my arms here. Because I know, you know, death and losing someone can be the hardest thing to go through. And I know it absolutely broke my heart when my dad passed. He was just such a beautiful man. But at the end of the day, it's, how do we cope with that when it happens? You know, how do we stay in that despair, or do we stay grateful that we actually had them in our life, that we had this experience with them? Love that. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Maxine, she does, doesn't she? It's gorgeous. So does anybody have any questions? Because what I'd like to do right now is I'm just going to take you all off mute. Let's just, you know, have a little chin wag. Hi. Yeah, so if anyone's got any questions, just go for it. Just ask away. Otherwise, so good to have you all here. My goodness.
Thanks for inviting me to share. Feeling a bit
pleasure,
powerful
Keryn.
now. Woohoo!
It's amazing what it does for you, eh?
Oh yeah, freaking exhausted but buzzy.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing what it does. So, really lovely to have all of you on. Grief sucks, it's for sure. Yeah, that's so true, Sarah. Anyone else want to share anything while we're on? No, Tanya, that's your TV. I thought that was you. Okay, I'll just mute you. Anyone else want to share? No? Okay. Love you all. Thank you, Tammy.
Love you guys.
Love you too. And
Thanks for
thanks so
listening.
much for jumping on. It's been an hour, so I'll let you guys go now. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye. And Nikki and Jasmine, big congratulations, ladies. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Maxine, Tanya. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Nikki.
Bye.